Eleanor Collins bent forward in the tall summer grass, breath shaking, fingers digging into the dirt as if the earth itself might steady her. Caleb Walker knelt close behind her, one hand firm at her thigh, the other hovering. "Careful, deliberate, easy," she whispered. Voice tight and breathless. "This is my first time." He leaned in close enough that she felt his breath warm at her ear. "It'll be over quick," he murmured. Anyone watching from the road could have gotten the wrong idea. Her breath hitched, and the way he held her looked almost too intimate for the open prairie. From a distance, it could have sounded like a secret moment, not an emergency. But Eleanor wasn't shaking from desire. She was shaking because something sharp had torn her leg. And if he messed this up out here, she might not make it at all. Eleanor gasped, sharp and sudden, and her knees nearly gave way. Caleb did not pull back. It did not rush. He stayed right there, solid, grounding her weight with his own. "Don't move," he said softly. Then she cried out, and Caleb saw the blood for real. Dark red spread across the thin white fabric at the back of her thigh, soaking fast where a rusted barb had torn her when she fell against the fence. No pretty way to say it. It was deep enough to need stitches and dirty enough to turn deadly if they waited. Caleb had seen men lose a leg to less, and he wasn't about to watch it happen to her. Caleb's eyes dropped, not with hunger, but with focus. "This is bad," he said, low and controlled. He tore a strip from his bandana and pressed it hard against the wound, firm enough to stop the blood, gentle enough not to break her trust. Caleb Walker was 48, broad-shouldered, weathered by sun and dust. A man shaped by long days and longer silences. Eleanor May Collins was 22, shaking with pain and fear, and unused to a man's hands touching her without cruelty, hiding behind them. When he steadied her, it was not possession. It was protection. When his fingers slipped closer to her skin, it was not desire. It was necessity. The prairie lay open and merciless around them. The windmill turning slow near Caleb's fence line. The heat pressing down without apology. No one else came running. No one else came to help. Caleb lifted her carefully onto his horse and turned toward his ranch near the Cimarron. His hand firm at her back. "Hold on," he said. Eleanor didn't know whether she was riding toward safety or riding straight into the next kind of trouble. She did not know yet about the needle waiting by his fire. She did not know about Thomas Collins, the brother who would come looking for her with lies and fists. And as the horse started forward, one question burned louder than the pain in her leg. Was this the moment that saved Eleanor May Collins, or the moment that would destroy both of them? The ride to Caleb Walker's ranch felt longer than it was, every step of the horse sending a dull reminder through Eleanor May Collins' leg. She kept one hand tied on the saddle horn and the other pressed against the bandana Caleb had tied there. Already dark with blood. Caleb rode slow, steady, one hand on the reins, the other ready in case she slipped. "You're doing fine, babe," he said, like he'd said it 100 times before to frightened animals and tired people. She nodded, even though she wasn't sure she believed him yet. Her vision kept narrowing, and she fought the dark like it was an enemy on her heels. The ranch came into view just as the sun began to sink. A low wooden house, a windmill creaking, horses shifting in the corral. Caleb helped her down with care, keeping his hands where she could see them, letting her move at her own pace. Inside, the air smelled of soap, leather, and boiled coffee. He sat her on the edge of the bed and set to work without fuss. Water heated on the stove. He kept glancing at the door because out here, trouble liked to show up when your hands were busy. A needle and thread laid out beside a bottle of whiskey, not for drinking, but for cleaning. No medicine out here besides heat. Clean water and luck. Caleb boiled everything twice, then poured whiskey over the needle like he didn't trust fate one bit. He scrubbed his hands with less soap, then rinsed them clean. "This is going to sting," he said. She tried to laugh, but it came out thin. "Figures," she said. When the cloth was lifted, she hissed through her teeth, then froze. He noticed immediately. "Breathe," he said. "You don't know the pain anything." When the needle touched her skin, her fingers clenched in the blanket. "Easy," she whispered again. Softer than before. "This is my first time." Caleb nodded like that explained everything. "It'll be over quick," he said. And this time she believed him. He let her see the needle in his fingers, then went right back to work. He slipped the